Player X logged into his Minecraft world, eager to continue his building project. The vast landscape stretched out before him, a familiar yet ever-changing canvas. The sun was high in the sky as he began to gather resources, his pickaxe swinging rhythmically against the stone. But something felt off today. Every so often, he thought he heard another set of footsteps behind him. He would turn quickly, expecting to see a mob or another player, but there was nothing there, just a silent, empty tunnel. Shrugging it off, he continued. But the feeling persisted. Every time he placed a block or mined a piece of ore, he couldn't shake the sensation of eyes boring into his back. He began to move faster, desperate to leave the confines of the cave. As he reached the surface, the sun had set, casting the world in eerie twilight. He couldn't help but walk fast. He felt like something was following him. He finally made his way back to his base, a small but comfortable house. He closed the door behind him, feeling a strange sense of relief. But the feeling of being watched did not leave him. He checked all his windows, scanned the tree lines, and even did a quick sweep around his perimeter. Nothing. Not a creeper, not a skeleton, nothing. Player X decided to shake off his paranoia by focusing on his crafting. He opened his chest, but as he did, he caught a glimpse of something in the distance. Something dark. But as he double-checked, again, nothing. There was nothing there. Hours passed and the feeling only grew stronger. He could hear faint whispers, just at the edge of hearing, almost like the game itself was trying to communicate with him. He turned up his volume, but the whispers remained elusive, slipping away every time he tried to focus on them. Determined to find the source, he ventured out into the night. The moon cast an eerie glow over the landscape, and shadows seemed to dance just beyond the torchlight. He wandered through the forest, the sense of being followed growing with every step. Suddenly, he heard it, clear footsteps behind him. He whirled around, but saw nothing. Panic set in, and he began to run, darting through the trees, past lakes, and over hills. But no matter how fast he ran, the footsteps were always there, just behind him. He found himself at the edge of a cliff, the vast ocean stretching out below. He was trapped. The footsteps stopped, but the feeling of being watched intensified. His heart was pounding in his chest as he was scanning the horizon, desperate to find the source. And then, he saw it. A figure, standing on the opposite cliff. It was too far to make out any details, but it was there, staring at him. He felt its gaze pierce through the darkness, locking onto him. The figure didn't move, didn't make a sound, but its presence was overwhelming. Player X backed away slowly, unable to tear his eyes away from the distant figure. He stumbled, nearly falling over the edge, but managed to regain his footing. He retreated to his base, locking the doors behind him. But the feeling of being watched never left. Days turned into weeks, and Player X became a shell of his former self. He avoided the caves, stopped building, and rarely ventured outside. The whispers grew louder, the footsteps more frequent, and the shadowy figure more visible. It was always there, lurking just beyond his sight, waiting. He knew he was never alone. Something had found him in his Minecraft world, and it had no intention of letting him go. And so he lived in constant anxiety, hunted by a presence he could never see but always feel. The game he once adored had become his prison, and he was its prisoner, forever watched by something in the darkness.